Yeah, all good. All good. Good evening. Just going for a nice late evening walk here. It's a beautiful late evening. It's always good to go out early in the morning for a walk or late evening as it gets a bit hot during the day. And yeah, all good. Just decided to go for a late evening walk. And I was doing a bit thinking how in football over the years, work with individuals and with teams, I've realised that small moments in the game, if you want to call them small moments, can have a huge impact on the result. And what I mean by that is, you really rarely see teams dominate for 90 minutes. Every team's going to have some momentum in the game to a certain extent. And there's sort of these kind of, if you want to call them micro moments, these sort of small margins. It could be a poor tackle, not tracking back a runner, one decision, making a bad decision for a pass, like a high risk, low reward pass, and the team intercepts, breaks, and scores, a lapse in concentration by the keeper. You might have one player that scans before receiving the ball, or you might have one player that sort of tracks a runner. You might have a striker who's the first player to rebound after a long shot's taken and taps it in, or goalkeeper stays focused for a crucial save when they've not been in the game for long periods of the game. Or the other side, maybe the keeper switches off for a corner or a set piece or a break in play at a throw-in. You got those moments that I think have a huge impact in separating winning from losing. Now, while you can't control the final score, obviously all you can do is influence the quality of those moments you're involved in. Like every moment is sort of that you're involved in the game has a consequence. I've been in games where been one badly timed tackle, one missed pass, player might switch off. All these sort of things, or a player could be on the other side of things really, really switched on a free kick and scores. And I think for me, one of the ideas I had in football, and I learned this process from doing martial arts in my teens and early 20s, two contrasting styles of martial arts I was in that time, Thai boxing and Wing Chun. And I had some great teachers, trainers, Sifus. They were fantastic, and it was as much about philosophy and mindset as the technique and process of martial art. And I had this realization, and one of the ideas I've had to sort of transfer into football is to sort of reorganize yourself, like a simple process where sort of recognize you've got to be or have a sense of self-awareness. So you recognize the moment, refocus and respond. And what I mean by that is sort of to recognize what's going on right now. Be aware. If it's a throw-in, be aware. If it's a corner, be aware. If you're in the game, constantly scanning the pitch and sort of reading and recognizing what's happening. Then refocus as well. So refocus on the relevant cue. Like I said, the scan, communication, recovery of your next action. So what you need to do is then, as a player, keep communicating, recover, and think about your next action, so to speak, and then respond with commitment rather than hesitation. So I think in the game, the faster you go through the process, obviously, the more likely you're going to influence the next small moment, so to speak. So for me, it's about recognizing, refocusing, and responding. And I think that can be developed in training. It can be developed through doing exercises as well, mentally preparing and being aware of what you might do in certain situations. I think one of the key things for me is being really aware and not just working in functional exercises in training, but also sitting down and thinking, okay, well, if this happens, I'll do this. So if my midfielder loses the ball, then I'll track back. If I'm at a set piece, I switch on. If the throw-in gets intercepted, then I'll do a recovery run. I'm going to scan. So all these things for me can help, as well as just doing it in training. Being really self-aware, communicating with the coaches, communicating with the trainers, and communicating with all the coaching staff. Being really self-aware, because the faster you go through that process, the more likely you're going to influence that small moment. Look, I'm not here to give you advice or make suggestions. I'm just going to give you my sort of thoughts anecdotally. I think the faster you go through the process of recognizing what's happening, then refocusing and responding, the better opportunity yourself to influence those small moments in the game. Because football, and if you watch football and you're involved in football, you'll know that it's a game of small margins, small moments. Players who consistently win these small moments often win the games. Players who win those moments throughout the game, generally the team will have a favourable result. But that's my take on it. You might see it differently. Everyone's got a different take on things. All good. No worries.